All right, good morning, traders. Today is September 9th, 2024. My name is John Carrigan. This is the BYOB Trading Room. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning is 541.90. Above it, I'm a bull, and below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab 5 except for IWM are technically in daily uptrends. A lot of them are pulling back harshly. All made lower lows and lower highs, closing below their bearish traps, below their 17 EMAs. SPY closed with a 2-hour downtrend and a 10-minute downtrend. Gold and silver, both in uptrends, both made lower highs and lower lows. Silver closed beneath a bearish trap, underneath the 17 EMA. Gold closed below a bearish cross, but over the 17 EMA. UNG in an uptrend made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. USO in a downtrend made a lower low and a lower high, closing underneath the bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. US dollar index in a downtrend closed near the 101.20 area as of close on Friday. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. First chart we'll look at, 10-minute chart on SPY. Going into the close yesterday, we had a 10-minute downtrend with a bearish engulfing. And you can see we came all the way down here to 538.22, which was the support area. And then we bounced up back towards the all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, let's take a look at the 2-hour chart. Okay, on the 2-hour chart, we have a 2-hour downtrend coming into the close. Looks like we got a bullish cross happening here if they can get up over this all-time high anchored VWAP, which is currently sitting at 545.08. On the daily chart, we are in an uptrend because we broke this high. We would have to break this low in order to be in a downtrend. Right now, price currently in an uptrend, but pulling back harshly. Okay, so there's SPY, big red candle, possible. Big red candle at the end of the move. Looking for a decent bounce today, maybe a bullish engulfing. We'll see how high they want to get. We're already back here at the all-time high anchored VWAP. It's a possibility we just flounder around here, consolidate, and then move all the way back up to probably right underneath that candle right there, which is 547.23. If not, maybe we do a bullish engulfing and come all the way and close up here at 550. We'll see what they want to do. This is a daily chart. Right now, SPY still in an uptrend, but pulling back harshly from an area of the all-time highs. Let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ looks the same way. All right, again, we're looking for bullish engulfing to occur sometime today. We'll see if they can get it. Right now, they're up here at the midpoint, possibly the midpoint of this big red candle, which could be the end of the move. We'll see what happens. There's QQQ on the daily. Still in an uptrend, but pulling back harshly. All right, let's take a look at IWM. IWM never broke the high, so it never got into an uptrend. So IWM still in a downtrend, not up over the halfway point here. So we'll see what happens with IWM, but still in a downtrend for IWM. Diamond Dow pulling back, big red candle possibly at the end of the move. We'll see what happens. Diamond Dow still in an uptrend ever since they broke this high right here. They've been in an uptrend. They would have to break this low all the way back here to get into a downtrend. So there's Diamond Dow. Let's take a look at our technicals this morning. Well, our technicals from Friday, you can see we came out of the buyer's chop zone, flew clear over the seller's chop zone, flew clear over the sell zone, landed in the oversold zone, where we just chopped around in between the oversold zone and the sell zone, making micro lower highs and lower lows, kind of just consolidating in through there. On T2123, you can see right here we started selling from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. We wound up underneath this rising 200 SMA. This is the prior all-time high. This is the prior all-time high. We are now back within between the two prior all-time highs right here. This is a new all-time high for T2123. I wanted them to stay up here and consolidate. We'll see if they can recover that, get back up here and consolidate over to the right. We'll see what happens with that. That's T2123. I still think there's a whole lot more upside to T2123, possibly right up here to 537,883. We'll see where they want to go. Right now, we're in having a little pullback. On the 3-bar chart, it's going to show pretty much the same thing, except the 200 SMA is a lot lower, okay? So space, we did have a lot of space between price and the 200 SMA. You can see now price kind of being magnetically pulled back to this 200 SMA. Again, they put in three red candle bars here, and they are right now in between the two prior all-time highs. If we go back to the 15-minute, you can see price action pulling up and closing the day underneath that 200 SMA. Hopefully it's just a spike and they can recover that. Let's take a look at FNGU. FNGU for Friday started out red and ended up red, just selling from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, getting forced down from this 200 SMA. They are on support right here, right there. They're on support, and like to see them bounce off of this support area. They could have come down a little bit lower right to there, but they bounced off of this support area right there. So we'll see if they can make it back to the 200 SMA. Looking like there's a possibility for them to make it back to the midpoint of that move. We'll see where that is. This big red candle from yesterday. Still got a little bit more ways to go. So we'll see if they can make it all the way back up there. Right underneath this, the bottom of this valley right there, that would be a little bit of minor support to minor resistance to challenge right through there. Okay, so there's FNGU on the 15-minute. Let's take a look at silver and gold, our precious metals. All right, here's silver, still in an uptrend. It's been in an uptrend since it took out this high. Silver doing a bearish move yesterday, on Friday, lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. Again, silver in an uptrend, but pulling back right now. So we'll see what happens. If they take out this low or this low, they could be in a downtrend. Right now, they're currently in an uptrend after taking out this high. So we'll see if they put in a higher low here with a double bottom and start working their way back up. Let's take a look at GLD. GLD in an uptrend, currently in a bull flag. You can see price action here moving up and then over to the right. So GLD yesterday, lower high, lower low, closing underneath a bearish cross here, or underneath the bearish trap, but above the rising 17 EMA. Currently, gold, like I said, it's in a bull flag, moving up and over to the right. So there's GLD. Let's take a look at energy. So we'll start off with USO. USO yesterday. Now, USO's in a downtrend ever since they took out this low right here. USO putting in a lower high and a lower low, closing underneath a bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. USO in a downtrend. Where would support be for USO? Would be right about here, 65.48. So looking like a possible visit to this 65.48 area. All right, so let's take a look at UNG. UNG in an uptrend on the daily chart. They've been in an uptrend since they took out this high. Price action, putting in a higher low. Pressure on the bulls to produce that higher high. Friday's price action, higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Okay, so there's UNG. Let's take a look at SMH. SMH still in an uptrend, but having a harsh pullback. Again, they could be in a downtrend once they take out this low. So SMH in an uptrend with a harsh pullback doesn't seem to know that it's an uptrend. But there's SMH. They were in an uptrend ever since they took out this high. If they take out this low, they'll be in a downtrend. There's SMH, XLK. This is our technology sector. XLK, same thing as SMH. They're in an uptrend ever since they took out this high over here. They would have to take out the lows down here in order to become in a downtrend. Right now, pulling back harshly, hopefully setting up a higher low and turn around and make a higher high. So there's technology, XLK. Let's take a look at industrials, XLI. Again, XLI made new all-time highs probably sometime last week. You can see price action when it took out this high was in an uptrend. Price action would have to take out this low in order to be in a downtrend. Looking for XLI to produce a higher low and then another higher high. So there's XLI on the daily chart, still in an uptrend. So we got SMH in an unconvincing uptrend. We've got XLI in an unconvincing uptrend. XLK doing the same thing, all due to these harsh pullbacks. Okay, so let's take a look at XRT. That's our retail sector. Again, XRT never was in an uptrend. It failed to break this high up here. So XRT still in a downtrend. A lot of selling there. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 more. That's 8 red candles in a row. That's a whole lot of selling happening here in XRT. So XRT still in a downtrend, making a lower high, possibly setting up to make a lower low. All right, so XRT in a downtrend. Let's take a look at XLF. XLF in an uptrend as they made a new all-time high sometime last week. Okay, XLF, price action, still in an uptrend. It would have to take out this low way down here in order to be in a downtrend. Right now, having a pullback, XLF in an uptrend. So we got XLF in an uptrend. We've got SMH in an unconvincing uptrend. And then we got XLI in an uptrend right now. Let's take a look at our last one, IYT. Transports putting in are still in an uptrend ever since they took out this high right here. Just pulling back. Yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low. Closing underneath a bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. So we have things in an uptrend. Okay, we've got the transports are in an uptrend. We've got the industrials are in an uptrend. We've got SMH in an unconvincing uptrend. Okay, we got T2123 in an uptrend, but everything just seems to be going through a little pullback. Now, whether this little pullback manifests into something bigger than that, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Right now, the market is kind of selling off. I think it's selling off more than what it needs to. We'll see what happens. I think we should get a bounce right back up and find ourselves right back up there challenging the new highs. Now, we'll look at SPY, see if they're going to put in Is it going to be a wedge right through here? With this being the bottom, making a higher low and then creating a wedge? Or are they going to come back, come find themselves right back up here at 555? We'll see if it's going to be a wedge or if we're going to get one of these consolidation patterns where they make a W and then make a higher high after making the W. So we'll see what happens. There's Diamond Dow. Let's take a look at our economics package. And on the economics calendar, what do we have for Monday? We have wholesale inventories preliminary at 10 a.m. Treasury buyback announcement. I hope this is the right one. Yes, it is, because it looks familiar. That's all. Treasury buyback announcement at 11. Consumer credit at 3 p.m. Tomorrow, we got NFIB Small Business Optimism Index, 6 o'clock in the morning. Feels like deja vu, I got to tell you, right now. It seems like we had all this stuff last week, too. Treasury buyback results coming at 2 p.m. Wednesday, what do we got? NBA mortgage applications, 7 o'clock. Oh, look at this. CPI, that's going to be the main event this week. CPI at 8:30. We've got a petroleum report at 10:30, like we do almost every Wednesday at 10:30. And that's it for Wednesday. On Thursday, what do we got? Jobless claims 8:30, PPI final demand 8:30, gas report at 10:30. That's every Thursday around 10:30, just about. You can expect that gas report. Treasury statements coming out at 2 p.m. And that's it. Okay, I don't know what the Treasury statement's going to say, but probably going to say how well they're funded. Other than that, that's it. The main event this week is 8:30 on Wednesday morning. All right. Tonight, I think we have some earnings. We got Oracle. It's going to report tonight after the close. And again, some familiar names also reporting today, but nothing that's going to move the markets like Oracle. Oracle's got $393 billion. It's almost a third of a trillion, all right, for Oracle. So they could move the markets a little bit. We'll see what happens. All right, on the 10th, that's tomorrow. What do we got? GameStop's going to report, again, some more familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets like Oracle or Tesla or somebody big. Thursday, who do we have? We've got Adobe, 251. That's $250 billion. They're going to report after the close on Thursday. Remember, CPI is coming out Wednesday morning. Okay, and then on Friday, who do we got? A few familiar names, really light day for Friday, and nothing that's going to move the markets. And Monday, who do we got? Again, familiar names, but nothing that's really going to move the markets right there. For the U.S. dollar index, you can see price action still in a downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows. Price action closed yesterday right around the 101.19 area. You can see right there, and we're moving up early this morning, as well as the market's moving up. So, and it's still in a nice downtrend. Dollar down here recently, a couple weeks ago, was at a 2024 low, not to mention a 12-month low right there for the U.S. dollar index. All right, so we took the earnings. We did the economic calendars. Take a look at Max Payne. Max Payne for today is 544, and there's a little over one put for every call that expires today. Not sure we're going to get a short squeeze. Not really enough puts, but we could see a trend day to the upside. We'll see what happens. Right now, the current plan for SPY, you got igniting up to here. We want to see green erase red. So green erase is red up here over 544.69. All right, so up over 544.69 is green erase is red. And my upside target would be this low right here, 547.36. So looking for green erase is red, All right, as an entry, I like the calls that expire on Friday. Okay, so those would be 4 DTEs for some of you. Okay, so calls that expire on the 13th. And I like the $2 in the money here, $2 to $3 in the money. So probably 540. Let's see, we're at 5. If green erases red, we'll be at 545. So probably 548 or 547 calls that expire on Friday, and my target would be right up here at 547.57, right up there. So we'll see what happens. So that's a $2.50 move if we get it up to the bottom of this candle right here. This not yesterday's, but Thursday's price action. That would be Thursday's low right down there. All right, green erases red on the 10-minute chart. Okay, up over 544.67. All right, so about a $3 move up to 547.50. Around that area right there is where I'd be looking to take some profit, leave some to ride a little bit longer. So that's the plan this morning. Now, if we get down below the pivot, again, the pivot was, I think the pivot's right here, about 540. I think we got it right around 542 or 541.90. Let me take a look at my thing. I think it's right around here. Right around 542. All right. 541.91 is my pivot. So below that, I'm looking for red erases green. Up here, I'm looking for green erases red. Down here, I'm looking for red erases green underneath my pivot. Okay. And I would looking for a trip back down here to challenge the base, which would be the low of support down here. So looking for price action to probably visit 537.90. We'll see what happens with the price action today. Right now, we seem to hit the all-time high anchored VWAP. There's a kind of a pretty good possibility they come all the way back down here and challenge the support area to see if it's going to hold one more time. Remember, they only challenged the support area in the pre-market or post-market, so I'm sure they'd like to do it while the market is open just to validate that that support is holding price up and causing this bounce. All right, traders, I'll take questions in the room. Unless I've got any questions, I'm going to go render my video. I'll see you guys all at 8:22 in the morning. Excuse me, I'll see you guys at 9:15. Yeah, thank you to John Fox, Chip, everybody. Appreciate it. All right, I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes. All right, 9:15, and we'll open up the market here.